Good morning, amazings. Imagine if all you ever did was see things negatively. You give your opinion, people disagree with you, give their own opinion, and you take it personally, and then you shut down and you create so much drama for no reason. You get triggered, you get anxious, you no longer want to associate with that group, you no longer want to be in that situation, you no longer want to give your time or energy. Imagine being triggered so much that you want to just disassociate, get rid of, let go of. I know that I've done it. I know many people do it. For like the longest time, I've been the caretaker, the been the black sheep too, the one who does her own thing, the one who doesn't go with the flow, the one who will homeschool instead of put them in regular school, the one who never really drank or partied much, or I did the opposite of what my family did. Well, all my siblings anyways. Well, my parents partied in their day too, but the one who decided to be a hippie instead of whatever, doing what society wanted me to do. And I've closed myself off in many ways. And um, I chose my own path, which is a good thing. But when you are working in a group setting and you close yourself off and you disassociate and you don't want to care anymore, and you create this drama inside yourself, all of it is coming from you. All of it you're creating yourself. You're creating it in your own thoughts, right? No matter what your background is, no matter what, actually, I think about it a lot. Like when we look back, we freeze ourselves. We turn ourselves to salt and turn into a statue. If you know the Bible story I'm talking about, my husband and I talk about, not that we ever really read the Bible or anything. We did when we were kids. We were made to, but not now. But it's interesting to use some of the thought processes in it. And like, that's one of my favorite stories. Like, if you look back, you're just going to be put with salt. And a lot of times we look back in our life, our childhood, and we're not even really living the same thing that happened, because now we get to exaggerate that story. We get to create even worse story. And it's interesting to me because I've always been the one who never saw things the way my siblings saw things. I always saw it in positive, Pollyanna. I was like just feeling happy and grateful and going out of my way to think better thoughts. So what happens when you get triggered and you get stuck in a situation that you want to heal, you want to fix, you want to create, you want to create better, and for me, I was always the caretaker. I always wanted to fix everything and everybody. And what happens is you can't fix people. They need to fix them. And this morning, last night, an incident happened, and I started going down that hole of, oh, okay, how do I fix this? Especially when it comes to my parents. I really, really love my parents. They're amazing parents. Like, to me, for me, I think they're amazing parents. I think they've always been, yes, they've done things that, that are not great. I mean, who hasn't? We're all parents, that you screw up, right? And they come from a different time and a different era. But anyways, I mean, they're in their 80s now, so that's a long time ago. But they did the best they could, right? And like for me, I just remember the good things. I remember being a little girl and running up to my dad and asking him not to run so fast, not to walk so fast, is what it was. I remember, the storytelling that he would tell. I remember going to the beach and him playing with us. Like I remember playing soccer in the backyard. I remember so many good memories. Same with my mom. I remember like her and I, even now, I like go and help them all the time. I'm the one who, if they need me to go to the store with them, I'll go to the store with them. If they need me to take them to the doctor's, hospital, or anywhere, I will go and help them. I take care of them, you know, and for me, that's it, that's what it's all about. I mean, they took care of me when I was little, and I take care of them now. It's a bonus, right? It's a trade-off, and not that I owe anybody anything, and not that they owe me anything. I love unconditionally, right? But what happens when we get triggered and we get lost and we get stuck and we get, we disassociate and we no longer want to be in a situation? It's not, it's so funny because most people think, oh, I'm doing this and I don't care and it's not gonna affect me anymore, and it's, who cares who it affects around me? I'm this is, but actually it does hurt you. It stops you from growing. It stops you from being who you want to be. Maybe that's who you want to be. There are some people who just do not want to change. They don't want the life that they're dreaming of. They just want to sit and complain. They don't want to take the action to get to where they want to go, and they don't want anybody telling them what actions they should take or how they should feel or how they should act or react or how they should. They just don't want it. They just want to complain. So now, what happens when you are connected with these people and you come from a place of just wanting to help? Well, sometimes, even though you tell yourself not to do it and to ignore it, you do it anyways. And then you get all frustrated. I know, because I did. People aren't going to change until they're ready to change. And sometimes they're never ready. So let it go. Let it go. Let them be who they want to be. You keep moving forward with your bad self. Keep creating amazing moments for you. Keep choosing to be who you want to be, and let everybody else be who they want to be. If they don't want to be, um, in a group, then ignore them. Let them go and create a better situation for yourself. If they want to argue all the time, don't. Just walk away. Walk away from being needing to argue, from needing to share your opinion, from needing to um, create a bond. I have 4 siblings, and it's interesting. Even as adults, it's interesting. I am close with one, for sure. We connect, not on a daily basis, but I mean, we're pretty close. And we actually like play together, and we have fun. But everybody else is in their own element, and that's okay. I mean, life happens, and you get to choose who you want to be in every moment. You get to choose who you want to be. And like, I used to take it personally when I didn't get along with my siblings, even though I tried and tried and tried. I was ended up being like the bad one, or something happened, and I was to blame, and like I heard that all the time, like, oh, it must be Joan's fault. And now I wonder, I wonder if it was because I was insecure. I was creating it in myself. I wonder if, now I like see things differently, but um, yeah, the triggers are going to come, and um, they're going to you're going to decide, not they're going to decide, you're going to have to decide on what is for you and what isn't for you. When are you going to be for you? When are you going to decide that the triggers are no longer worth it? When are you going to decide that you are worth so much more? When are you going to decide? Nothing happens until you choose it. I mean, lots of things happen, but nothing, but like the way you see things is not going to change until you change it. Um, Nothing happens until you decide it's going to happen, basically, because we choose our thoughts, right? Um, Today I'm saying a lot. Sorry about that. My thought process is, so what do you do when you allow yourself to get stressed out about something that's none of your business? Drink water and mind your business. People get to choose who they want to be. People get to act the way they want to act. People get to be miserable if they want to be miserable. People get to be um, kind if they want to. People get to be whoever they want to be. That's all there is to it. You have no control over. One of my favorite, actually, prayers is the Serenity Prayer, and it's like I like, even like my dad is a recovering alcoholic. He's been recovering for 40 years. Yay, Dad! Go, Dad! But the again with the Serenity Prayer, please, dear God, accept. Now I forget it. Uh-oh. Let me think. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. As I was going through, oh my goodness, look at this guy. Little hummingbird. As I said that, little hummingbird came right up to me. As I was going through a major, major turmoil part in my life, I would say that over and over again. So to me, I see God as everything, and the universe, and the universe is God. God is the universe. I know a lot of people don't think that way, but that's, so when I think about it, it's good. It's the universe. It's everything. It's us. We are God in human form. But we get to choose. And as I was going through turmoil, there were so many things that happened in that short period of time. My mom got so sick. So sick. My oldest daughter was in an abusive relationship. He was yelling all the time. My youngest daughter was in an unhealthy relationship. She was getting yelled at all the time. And then my mom almost died. And luckily she didn't. She finally got to stay in the hospital. And then they still couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. They did think it was, they were doing tests because they thought it was, that it came back as that she had cancer, but it wasn't. Because of 2 weeks in the hospital, she was ready to go home and healthy. Well, as healthy as she could have been from almost dying, but but through that time, I had to, so I had already fallen down the rabbit hole and was coming back up, and then as I'm at the top of the rabbit hole, and I can go either way, all this stuff started happening. And I was going through one thing after the other, and it just seemed like everything was bombarding me. Then my oldest daughter got out of that relationship, and my youngest daughter decided that she was no longer talking to me. And I mean, at the time, she had said, like, we were having a conversation, we loved each other the day before, and she was going through, like I said, a hard time. And then um, she said famous words of, I misunderstood him, and I just couldn't handle it. So I stayed quiet, but then she started putting the blame on me, and that was hard for me. And then I got triggered. So I got triggered. That's my responsibility. I got triggered. I got upset. I said, you know, and it wasn't what I said, it was how I said it. But even like, she decided that was it. That she was done with me for now. And so she stopped talking to me. And um, I don't know if I want to keep this in this video. But it's still hard for me to talk about. I love her. I love her very, very much. And, you know, she decided she was going to look back at her past and decide that I was the worst person ever. So then I had a choice. Okay, fall back down the rabbit hole and continue, stay down there, or keep growing and keep moving forward and keep becoming who it is I really want to become. And that was what I chose. I chose to be the best me. I chose to continue writing my books. I chose to let go of the past, let go of who I was, let go of everything I thought I was, everything that everybody ever told me I was, everything that, yeah, I let go of it all. And so when I allow myself to get triggered now by thoughts of lack, by thoughts of people disrespecting, you know, my parents, when I start telling stories or thinking of miserable things, when finances aren't right, or whatever it is that happens to trigger me, then I go, whoa, 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 girl, what are you doing? We're not going down that path anymore. So then I try tapping, and I tap my way through it. If you don't know what tapping is, it's amazing. It's an amazing tool. If you don't use it, maybe you should. Then I take a little extra time out on the trampoline. Maybe I go for a couple more jumps, or maybe I just lay there, like last night after Loki and I jumped around and wrestled, and he said, and he went inside. I just laid there and started listening to music and just enjoying myself. And while I was in the moment of enjoying myself, my husband came out, and then we spent a really nice time, like a date, on the trampoline, watching a show, and it was really good. It was really good. I was really happy with it. And so we get to choose. We get to choose who we want to be, right? In every moment. So this morning when I decided, okay, I'm going to see if I can fix this. Even though last night I knew, nope, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't talk about it. Don't do it. Don't go there. Nothing. Let it go. Well, I decided I was going to anyways, and so I did. And then, of course, some people are just miserable. So some people don't want to heal. So and I mean, maybe it's not even that. Maybe that's just the way I'm looking at it. Maybe they're doing the best thing for them and creating a better life for them. I don't know. We all do things different, right? And that actually, the last message I sent them was, that doesn't make sense to me, but that's not me. So we're different people, and you got to choose what's best for you. And then I left it at that. Like, that is the best option to leave it at. I could have left it upset, angry, frustrated. Are you kidding me? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just not there anymore. I don't want to be that person anymore. My biggest goal for me is to live in peace. Peace and harmony. It was funny because I was in a very difficult relationship, and I'm not going to just blame it on him because, um, first of all, I knew he didn't want to marry. He never wanted to get married or have kids, and I did, and I basically forced the issue, don't we all? And because of that, no, not because of that. It was his choice to be miserable anyways, and it was his choice to get married to me and to have kids with me. And he could have chose not to, and we could have went our separate ways and had different lives, and that would have been okay too. But we didn't. We fought it through, and we both were not in a good place at all. And during that time, all I ever said was, I just want to live in peace and harmony. I just want to be at peace and harmony. And I didn't know that that was an inside job. I didn't know it was my choice every day to choose peace and harmony. So I fought for my limitations. I fought for my survival. I fought for being okay. You know, people don't have to tell you you're okay. You're okay. People don't have to tell you that you are amazing or beautiful or kind, or like I was laying on the trampoline with Loki and I'm just smiling at him, just in love with that moment, in love with him, in love with our bonding experience, and I was just filled up with so much joy, peace, love, and compassion. And he's like, "What? Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling at me?" And I'm like, "Because you're amazing." Why am I amazing? Like, because you're here right now. Like, but no, why are you smiling? Because you're amazing, because you were born, because you exist, because you are you, and you choose to be you in every moment. We all get to choose to be who we want to be in every moment, all of us. We just don't realize it all the time. Back Up the Rabbit Hole was such a wonderful experience for me. It was horrible. It was horrible. I was the worst person I could ever imagine being. And sometimes I fall back down there. Not all the way. I don't fall all the way down, but sometimes I'm not the best I can be. And that's okay too. Sometimes I don't I don't want to do what I have planned out to do. Like this morning, I got up in a good mood and then started doing some writing like I normally do, but I haven't done my exercise yet other than running around with the dogs in the back. And I didn't even leave my bedroom until like an hour later or a half hour later. And, everything is different. Then I tried to fix something that didn't need to be fixed. You know what needs to be fixed? You. Your thoughts, your energy, your vibrations, what you're creating, what you're working on, a tire to a car, um, cleaning your house, changing your clothes, your attitude, your love for life. Those things need to be changed or need to be fixed. Um, fixing a a plant that doesn't have enough soil or doesn't have enough sun or water, which I have to water my plants in a few minutes. Those things need fixing. Making your bed in the morning, those things need fixing. Do you know what doesn't need to be fixed? Other people. Do you know what doesn't need to be fixed? Situations. Do you know what doesn't need to be fixed? Anything that is none of your business. You are your business. Your life is your business. Creating what you want is your business. Nothing else matters. Do the best you can in every moment. Do the best you can in every moment. That's it. There isn't later this year. There isn't yesterday. There isn't 5 minutes from now. It's right now. You get to choose you right now. Choose the best you. You can choose you. Your reality is just that. It's your reality. It's the perception you're seeing in your life, how your life is going right now. What if you told a different story? What if I told a different story? Everything's working out. Everything is getting better and better. Magic is happening in every moment. Life is good. Me and my siblings, we can all work together. We know how. We're great at it. You know, what if you changed the narrative and you decided to be part of something instead of taking yourself away from something, instead of excluding yourself? What if you decided you were enough? What if you decided that you were going to make a difference for you and you're going to do it right now? What if you decided that? You deserve the best you. You deserve to be the best you. You deserve to clean out all your closets, your couch, your drawers, or whatever. Get rid of all the crap. Get rid of it all. Stop holding on to all the stuff that is stopping you from being you. Because you're worth it. You really are. I believe in you. I love you.